This is my first time doing a vlog video like this, so I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but cross my finger that I could make it through the editing. I want to sort of document my week in Perth. I'm not sure if you know or if you have a chance to watch any of my video that I mentioned. I am doing FIFO at the moment, so my roster is 8 and 6. I stay 8 days on site and I have 6 days to be at home in Perth. So I want to take this chance to basically record a week of my life, 6 days basically, of staying in Perth. I think Perth is a beautiful city and there's so many things I want to do, and I think I have done in Perth that I think they are such good memories in my life, and somehow I want to take you on this journey with me. Just have a look into this little corner of my life at the moment. It's quite interesting to have this switch from staying in Perth full time to only spend 40% of my time in Perth, and is also a chance for me to explore Perth in the way that I have not done before, because I took it for granted because I stay here all the time. But now my precious swing off of only 6 days, I would want to spend all of it to explore what I can do here in my home, also in the city that I have come to love. So 10 to 2 this afternoon, I started my day quite early. Like my boyfriend, he got up and he got to work. Geez, like 4 hours ago. I woke up around that time too. I had a little bit of, housework to done. Something is annoying at the moment is that I feel like I want to do more things around my home. So like I want to tidy up more often, or I want to make it as organized as possible. But it feels impossible to do that because I'm not present all the time, and I don't think it's healthy to put that pressure on my boyfriend to keep everything as tidy as I want, because I feel like we have different standards of what is acceptable in terms of messiness. So I'm trying my best to tidy as much as I can. Also, make sure that I don't make it too hectic for my boyfriend to keep up with. That's a really big conversation that we've had recently, but I hope that as I am more familiar with the FIFO lifestyle, I can make my time at home feel more like home, because that's kind of what I'm struggling at the moment. Anyway, I did a little bit of tidying, folding a bunch of laundry, which is very good. I had my shower, which is so nice. It's like a, mini spa day for me to spend as much time as I can having a shower, doing a bit of my, body care routine, which feels really, really good. So right now I'm gonna apply some skincare, because the initial plan was not to go out at all, but my impulsivity led me to the path of ordering a NutriBullet. And I know that it would be very helpful for both of us. We can make milkshakes, make smoothies, so many things that we can do with that NutriBullet. So out of the whims, I order a NutriBullet. It's a click and collect order. So I will get out shortly and go to the city, because that's where I am gonna go and pick up that NutriBullet, which is really cool. Like, we had a plan to have a movie night this weekend. So I think we could make something cool out of that blender, and I'm quite excited for that movie night. So I'm gonna apply some skincare, maybe walking you through my skincare routine. And I'm not sure should I wear any makeup at all, but yeah, I'm gonna feel as I go. This coffee that I just made, I feel like it's not the best, because I use sweetened condensed milk and it's very sweet, but I don't have any full cream milk in my fridge at the moment, so I use a little bit of that sweet condensed milk with my boyfriend's skim milk, and it doesn't taste the way that I would want my coffee to be, but it's okay, it's decent. It's like, recently I have this sense of control over my caffeine intake, but I don't know, today is a day that I feel like I can treat myself with a homemade coffee. And this coffee that my mom bought me in Vietnam, I think in my life, this is the best coffee that I have ever tasted. So it is such a statement for how good Vietnamese coffee is. Like, if you have tried coffee in Vietnam, and to find like a really, really high quality coffee in Vietnam, it's not so hard, but like, you have to know where to find it. I think if you get a chance to try high quality coffee in Vietnam, there's no way back from that. And I think it will be the only coffee that I will enjoy in my life. Like, when I'm on site, we have coffee machine, they have coffee beans, but I don't feel or practically taste the sensations that I get from these Vietnamese beans. So maybe I'm Vietnamese, so I'm biased, but I think Vietnamese coffee just has something going on in it that's so special and so great. I always start my skincare routine with a lotion or a toner. Right now I am using this like thick milky toner from Round Lab 1025. I'm not sure if this brand is any popular, or have you ever heard of this brand at all? It's a K-beauty brand, but I've been using this like thick milky, you can call it toner or lotion, whatever you want, I think it feels really nice on the skin. If you use it as the first step of your skincare, it is exceptionally thick and hydrating. So you would feel this suppleness on your skin for a while. Like obviously you're not gonna feel it for like hours because I always have other skincare products on top, but it feels really nice. The only active that I'm using at the moment is niacinamide, and today I'm using the Merit Great Skin Instant Glow Serum. I think this serum is the combination of niacinamide and hyaluronic acid, so you have basically a two-in-one serum. For To me, niacinamide is really good for my large pores. I feel like it helps reducing the look of large pores. Hyaluronic acid, we have heard that conversation so many times about how good it is as a, what's it called? A humectant? Is that a word? Humectant? Yeah, it helps lock in your moisture. So I think it is one thing to know what active ingredients you are looking for. Another thing is that you have to find the right product. So right now, I think you can get both niacinamide and hyaluronic acid in a wide range of prices. So from high-end to drugstore, you can easily find a serum that serve the purpose that you want. I think it boils down to um, which formulations is the one for you. And this serum from Merit, I think it's so nice. If I wear it underneath makeup, if I wear it alone on a day that I don't wear any makeup on top, it can look quite glowy. You can tell, like you can see the sheen immediately. And to my oily skin, it's not too horrible, but if I can eliminate any shininess from my skin, if I can have a velvety, natural, semi-matte finish, I would rather to go that way compared to like a shiny, dewy finish like this. But I'm not sure if I'm wearing any makeup today, so more likely that I'm gonna wear some makeup than not. So I think this serum is so beautiful to use as a hybrid skincare and makeup product. I haven't used this moisturizer at all. I have this one for a while. It's from Huxley. It's called Secret of Sahara Cream Glow Awakening. So it's from the brand Huxley. I think the hero ingredient is a species of cactus. I don't know, but have heard so many good things about this brand. And this is kind of a brightening cream. The texture is relatively thick. Okay, like I thought when I heard the name Cream Glow, I imagined the product to be a little bit more, more lightweight, more gel-like, but this is like a thick, creamy product. But hopefully it won't be too heavy. It's slightly fragranced, which I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of fragrance in skincare. With makeup, you don't slather the makeup all over your face, so a little bit of scent doesn't bother me as much. But with skincare, especially a moisturizer, you apply a decent amount of product on your face so that you can see the defect. That's the point when I feel like fragrance is a bit unnecessary. It's not too strong though. I don't smell it as much after the applications, but yeah, when the product is like in my hand, I can definitely smell it. I'm not sure if it's the most pleasant experience. It's very thick. For me, this moisturizer is very thick, and because of the texture, it feels a bit heavy and it leaves this dew on my skin. So definitely I'm gonna wear some sort of powder to control this shininess. And finally, I'm gonna apply some sunscreen. It's so essential to apply sunscreen every day. This is from the brand Codes or Coze. This is the Sun Cut Tone Up UV Essence with SPF 50. I am testing this sunscreen as well, so it's still pretty early to me to tell you whether I like this sunscreen or not. It has a purple tint like this. With product with a purple or pink tint, I believe the main benefit of that tint is to tone up, as in the name, your skin. I kind of like that idea, but also don't like it at the same time, because this is an Asian sunscreen. So I think we have this obsession with being very fair and looking like white and all sorts of things. So I think it's quite problematic to reiterate that narrative of you need to be paler, you need to be white, you need to look, you know, fairer in terms of your complexions. And I think it's possible, like if you want to go a dangerous way to make you look whiter, you can use a chemical bleach on your skin and you definitely look pale and whiter. But if you want to embrace your natural complexions, the one that you were born with, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And maybe we need to focus on that more often. So like this sunscreen, I don't think it's too bad because it tone up. Like if you have hyperpigmentation or uneven skin tone, maybe the purple tint in the sunscreen can help. And I don't think it's too bad as a way for you to perfect your skin to a certain level, and I think that's acceptable. But if you want to use this product to change your skin tone, well then it's impossible, even though the name is tone up. Like how much toned up that you need to be to have the complexions of your dream, you know what I mean? So I think I am intrigued by the idea of a pink or purple tint in a sunscreen. That's why I purchased this product to try. Oh, if I have like a dull skin day, would this product help to perfect my skin just a little bit, to bring it to the level of, okay, I'm happy with what I look. But I don't think that I got into the way of using this product so that I can be paler. Like, no, I want to look like myself, just with a little bit of a corrector. Like I want to use it basically as a color corrector, not something to totally change my skin tone, because I think it's quite problematic. Lastly, I'm gonna apply this lash serum from Dorion. This is a step that I do every single day because this is a hero product in my skincare routine, and I can see such difference when I use this product regularly. Okay, I have decided I'm gonna apply a little bit of makeup, but I have to make sure it's very quick. So this is NARS Soft Matte Concealer. Sometimes I forget how easy to apply this concealer is. It's just beautiful, and it gives me a soft matte finish like in the name. So somehow it's the perfect texture and the perfect shade match for me. I often have some redness like this around my cheeks, especially there's always some, redness and irritations around my nose. And I like to use a sponge, pick up some of this concealer, and just lightly tap it around my face like this. I think the goal of this makeup look is not to look perfect or to create like a full glam look, but just to, enhance a little bit of what I could call my facial feature. Cannot go out without some blush. I'm using the Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow, whatever name comes out to that. I'm not sure if I have applied this product by directly dotting the product on my face. I'm not sure how's it gonna work. I think it's more pigmented if you do it this way. This product is very sheer, and I can tell by this application, it definitely looks more pigmented if you directly apply the product on your face. I think this is a great product. It's definitely not for everyone. It's quite sheer. You can tell it keeps blending and blending and blending to deliver this dewy, flushing finish. And I think that's what is appealing about this product, that most of the time you want more pigment, and you can get pigmented blushes almost from any brand now. But to have a brand like Glow Recipe, it's a very reliable and well-loved skincare brand. To come out with a cosmetic product like this, I think it's quite intriguing, and that's why I bought it. But I don't think this is a skincare product. Like I said in so many of my videos, this is a color cosmetic product, and you have to embrace that. I think it's a beautiful blush, but to call it a tinted serum, Flower Beauty Light Illusion Perfecting Powder in the shade Beige. It's a little bit too dark for me, but this is the powder that I want to use today, so I'm gonna use a very light hand with it. I'm thinking of a one and done look, so I think I'm gonna dip my brush into this shimmer face right here. It's called Lindsay P. By the way, it's from the Wonder Beauty Trailblazer palette. I think this is quite a gorgeous neutral palette. So I'm gonna pick up the shimmer shade right here and just dust it all over my eyelids. But I don't want it to be too shimmering. So it's just a nice coat of shimmering particle. Hopefully it's not too visible. This is called Juicy Raw Chick. This is a lip and cheek product. It's in like a, I don't know, like a ice cube packaging like this. It's very, very cute. It's from the brand Roman. It's a K-beauty brand. Gonna use it on my lid. It's a grayish mauve. It looks quite nice on the cheeks because I think the desaturations of this product somehow it works on my skin tone. I think because I have neutral undertone, so it doesn't look quite as gray as on my lips. So I think I need to add something on top. Nivea Lip Caring Balm, one of my favorite lip balms of all time. To see if this color could help. It's a little bit better, but I think it's just, I don't know. I don't think I can go back. It feels really nice though. This is such a great lip balm, so now my lips look very pink and purple. I mean, who cares? So I will quickly do my eyebrows. That's the last step of my makeup routine. I'll get changed and I'll go just downstairs, catch a bus, go to the city and pick up our NutriBullet. I think you can see our dirty laundry over there, but that's okay. That's how the scene goes. Today is Sunday already. I mean, our week has gone so fast. I just finished my reading sessions for the day. This is the book that I'm reading. It's called What Is Like. I don't know how to pronounce the names of the author, so I will put it down somewhere. It's like a textbook, but I think it's more for the common audience who are interested in science and kind of the interim between science and the philosophy of life, that are not scholars. And I think it's such a cool book for me to try to get my brain into understanding what's going on, which I am already very interested in evolutionary biology, and just to understand life from the perspective of, you know, a scientist compared to the notion and the common interpretations of us as a human being about life, which sounds quite mundane, but life and death. In this book, now that I know more about, you know, details of what is considered to be alive or dead, I think those two, life and death, are the great perplexes to human being and us with our brain and our way to explore different concepts of the universe. I think it's quite interesting that we have this kind of perspective on life. And a few years ago, I read What is Life? Interesting, same name, from Owen Stronger. It's not as thick as this one, it's a shorter. And that was my first taste into what would you could understand from a pure physical perspective of life. And I didn't quite immerse myself in that idea as much as I do right now that I'm a bit older, and I think I understand English better. So I think it has always been an interesting topic to me. So I just kind of want to share with you what I'm reading at the moment. And you think the other way that I like reading these kind of books is that I will take notes. I just finished the first chapter. It's called Life, the Enigma something, and this is how much I have taken down as notes, and I will move on to the second chapter. And I also like to underline what I think is a good phrase, or usually when I underlined like a sentence, I think that sentence is capturing the essence of the whole paragraph so beautifully. For example, for the first chapter, basically walking you through different interpretations of life, like what is a line between life and not a life, and you know, from a religious point of view to a scientific point of view. The authors of this book, I think it's worth mentioning that they are scientists, they are pioneers, evolutionary biologists. So, you know, the bias. And is it fool to say that everything is objective? Like, no. But this is what I like about knowing that you're biased and you stick to that because that's your belief system. So like today, this is a line that I passionate about. So it's in the section My in Nature. So they talked about how you have to perceive to live, not necessarily being conscious about your decisions, but everything you do to have to perceive the causality of that actions. Like, I think like flipping a page in this book is unconscious, or in a way subconscious, but you have to perceive the objects that you're dealing with to go through life, basically. And they all have to have benefits to our survival. The sentence is really good. It says, even foolish and outlandish notions would have been retained and reinforced if they in any way added our ancestors' survival. Yeah, and I also want to share the book that I have been also reading lately. This is not common, but sometimes it happens that I read a nonfiction and a fictional book at the same time. This is Brave New World by Thomas Huxley, a classic, and I am more than halfway through this book, and I think I don't know what to say about this because it's so complex and to how can I say it? It's like just to get myself in the mood of reading this book is already like a huge step of me dissociating myself from this world. I'm not sure if you have heard about this book. If you don't want to get any spoiler, please skip this part. So this book is basically, I think, can we say it's like an alternate history literature. It sets in the modern world, but kind of a utopian/dystopian fusion of this world that we are reading, and just the descriptions of the world that they are living in this book is quite phenomenal. And I think I have to remind myself that the guy who wrote this book, he lived in I don't remember when this book was written, probably in the 40s or 50s, if I remember correctly, but just maybe like people were built different back in the day, so they, yeah, like Huxley, I think he did well with this book. Not that I need to give him any more credit for his talents and his beautiful descriptions of what's going on emotionally and structurally. I think this is a classic for reasons, and I am highly recommending this book if you are interested in exploring a classic option. And I think I find this reading time for me is so precious, and I think I want to keep it going because this is the calmest that I have ever felt for the longest time when I don't read or when I don't do anything that fulfilling to my interest, which is, you know, like biologies and evolution and paleontology. I feel a little bit lost and fiddling because I don't know what can hold me back if I feel too anxious. But I think by just reading and just choosing the material to read, that is what I genuinely want to do in life, want to become in life. I can see myself becoming that person, if you know what I mean. And these are the stepping stones for me to become who I am, and I'm really grateful that it's so easy. Like, I think I thrifted the book. I think it's a beautiful one. It's a hardback copy of this book, and I think I got it for $6 from a secondhand book sale. So sometimes it seems to be unattainable, but sometimes if you know what you do, and if you find the correct time and place to do it, everything seems to be easy when you do the right thing. It's not hard at all. Like when I read this book, it's not hard to focus, for example. So I hope that I can keep my reading habit going in a better way. Yeah, my week has been quite okay. Like I said, is going faster as I thought it would, but why am I even surprised? It's always been like this. I have 6 days at home, and I try to do everything I want to do, hurry up, because feel like I'm running out of time, and all of a sudden it's Monday again, and I am dreaded by Monday before the Tuesday I have to fly in. But we have done so many great things this week, so I'm very grateful. We went to the zoo. You probably saw the footage. I went to the zoo. My first time went to the zoo though, so pretty cool. But then after that, I got a sore foot, so I couldn't, like go shopping or yeah, go to as many places as I wish I could, but that's okay. I don't remember what I did on Thursday and Friday, but yesterday we had a movie night, and before the movie night, I went to the library to do my reading sessions at the library, which is pretty cool as well. So I think for a typical swing off week, I think this week has been really fun. And like I mentioned, we had a movie night last night. We watched The Princess Bride. Such a fun and sweet and sincere movie. Like, it is funny in the weird way. It's a fantasy, but everyone is so obnoxiously down to earth. Like, I feel like they are so relatable and just funny in a modern way. But there's something like grand and epic about it. It's a cool way of designing a fantasy. I think it's quite funny, and like it feels like a satire, but it feels like a beautiful story by itself as well. I really like it because I think my boyfriend, he came up with the system. He gave me like a bunch of questions, basically trying to determine what my mood is for the movie. And when he knows what I want for a movie that day, he came up with like a few ideas, and he gave me like a vague description about those, and was like, oh, it's a fantasy or it's a rom-com. It's set in the 80s and 90s, about family, friendship, about adventure. He prompted me with those ideas to see like specifically what I wanted to watch. And we have tried this questionnaire system for 2 weeks already, so I think it worked, and I enjoy the two movies that we have picked using this questionnaire. So I think good on us. But honestly, it didn't stop me from being a little bit scared about tomorrow, the Monday, because I haven't done any shopping this week, and I haven't filmed anything for the beauty content. I'm trying to keep my schedule is that I could upload a video a week, and it seems to be pretty tricky because I don't know, I couldn't get myself to film any video beauty related this week at all. I don't know why. Could be because it's winter, so it gets dark very quickly, and like during the day, especially today is a day off for my boyfriend as well, so I really want to take the day just to hang out with him, just to have a good chat. So I feel like it's a pressure to me trying to fit in everything within that Monday, which is a bit scary to think of. Oh my god, that's tomorrow. And try to finish everything, because or else I will miss out on so many things, and I set out a bunch of goals but couldn't finish. It feels like my time is limited, although if you break it down, I work so many hours in a week. I work 48 hours a week because it's 12-hour shift, and I work 8 days in a row. That's the only reason why I have this 6 days off for myself, and I I'm grateful for that in a way. If you think of someone who worked 9 to 5, like, yeah, I think in a way I'm grateful that I have this roster for myself. And but I, in the meantime, want to maximize my productivity even when I'm on my swing off. Like, I feel like I'm unemployed and a bit useless during my swing off because I couldn't do anything. Like, I don't know. Like, I try to do as much housework as I can. I try to go shopping because there's always something that I want to purchase or something I need to do. To renovate the house, for example, like trying to buy essential appliances for the house, something like that. Like, I want to do something for my home as well, because that's the only place that I feel very calm and belonging. I mean, I like my jobs. I really, really like my jobs, and I'm having the best time doing my jobs at the moment, but it doesn't feel like home. It doesn't feel relaxing and comforting at all. Every time I'm at work and I have to go back to the camp at the end of the day, like, my sleep is still quite anxious. Like, I don't feel the same level of comfort compared to when I'm at home. So I want to do so many things more for the home that my boyfriend and I are building, but I shouldn't take the stress to any next level than I need, because I think that's enough. It's not like that I only have this swing up and then that's it. I will have so many other swings up. So if I couldn't finish it this time, leave it to the next one, because the home is not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere, and my boyfriend, he's not going anywhere. I trust him that he's not going anywhere. So yeah, I'll try to do as much as I can tomorrow. I'll try to film whatever I can as well. Sometimes it's a bit awkward since I started doing vlogs like this, because when I try to pull out a phone to film anything, I'm very conscious that my boyfriend is there as well, and I think he's the one that I care for the most. So I think it's most awkward when I have to do it in front of him. Also, other people are looking as well, but I try to capture as much footage as I can, and I will try. My goal is to go to the shop tomorrow to pick up a clothes drying rack, you know, the one that you can put on your balcony and just to dry your clothes with the sunlight, because recently my boyfriend has a bit of issue with irritations when it's getting colder, and the clothes property detergents, I'm not sure where the problem comes from, but we think that if we start to dry our clothes under the sunlight, it would help a little bit with itchiness and irritations every time he wears those clothes. So that would be very helpful to him. I know that, and I want to go thrifting a little bit as well. And because I've only got my driver's license 3 months ago, so I do want to take the chance during my swing off to go for a drive, just to practice my driving skill as well. That is also the thing that I feel like I don't do enough during my time off. Like, I need to develop these skills for myself, but then why is it so hard? Like, the car is right there, I just have to like turn on the engines and know where to go. But then just there's so many things, like, you didn't know that you have to be that busy during the swing off to understand that this 5-hour lifestyle is not as balanced as people say it would be, but you can try and hopefully tomorrow won't feel as scary as how much I feel right now. Good evening. Today is Monday, is my last day of this swing up. I'm gonna fly in to site tomorrow, very early in the morning as well. So I usually wake up at around 10 to 5 on the fly in morning, and I take the bus to go to the airport. Yeah, and then head to work. So I got back from the shops about 2 hours ago. I went thrifting a little bit, which is really fun. I went to a Salvos in Vic Park. It's one of my favorite places, not only to live, but to shop for clothing in general, because I find the staff there is always super friendly, always really helpful, and I just like the ambience of the store there. And I can always find so many high quality pieces from that store specifically. And you can tell, depending on the neighborhood and the donations that go into the shop, you can see the difference in the quality of the items that you ripped. I actually want to show you some of the pieces that I bought today. I think they are really cool. Like, usually with thrifting, I try to buy different aesthetics, different styles, something that I only want to try, but not really my style yet. So I wanted to try it out, and I don't mind because I could get them for only a few dollars. The first item that I got is this brown knit sweater. I really like the higher neck details, and the bottom is this, my boyfriend said, is tablecloth detail. So it's like, it looks really feminine, but now that you said it that way, I still think it's really cute. So the high neck detail, long sleeve, and this, how'd you call it? I don't know, like, it's very, very intricate woven detail at the seam right here. I think the whole structure of this knit wester is very feminine, and the colors, I think the material is synthetic. It feels plasticky to me. It doesn't feel natural. So I think it's not a high price tag item to begin with, but I just like, like little details, and the silhouette of this is really simple, but you can see like they try to make it elevated in a simplistic way. That's why I got it. And the next one is a knit top. It's a gray knit top with leopard print details on it. It's from Seed Heritage, which is a very expensive brand to me. I think at this stage, Seed is still a high-end brand to me. The thing about it is that it is made of 100% merino wool. So I was like, this is definitely a high-end material, a high-end piece from a high-end brand. So I was like, I really want to try this kind of material from this brand because as of right now, it's still very expensive to me. But if I can thrift more items from this brand, maybe one day if make enough money, I could actually shop from this brand. I think this brand has this minimalist simplistic vibe, and in a way I really like it. There are a few holes and defects in the shirt. Like I didn't notice that, but now that I saw them, like there's some holes around the collar, but I think I can sew it back easily and it won't be too noticeable. It has a flare bottom like this, like I'm not sure if you can tell. So I think it's quite interesting the way that they designed the silhouette this item, but once again, it doesn't hurt much, and I want to try an item from this brand. I don't think I've had any seed yet, and also it's winter wear, so I'll definitely have some good use out of it. Next one is a short skirt. You can call it skirt. It's from Uniqlo. It's this very summery active pants. So it's like I'm looking forward to summer again to wear this piece. Really, really nice cotton material, and Uniqlo, they are, I think, is to me a very reliable mid-range brand that I could, like I don't mind paying full price when it comes to Uniqlo because I started shopping at Uniqlo when I was in Vietnam a few years ago, and I have found so many staple items to my collections, and just the feeling of wearing Uniqlo, textile on the body, I feel like they have such strong focus on the quality and the material that goes into making their items. So I think this is once again really nice additions to my collections. I don't think I've had any skirt, like like going out skirt in my collection. So it's like this is really cool. This is interesting. Next is a pair of leggings from the brand Michelle Bridge. I think I saw this brand in some of the shopping centers in Perth. It's a nice stretchy pant. It's not, elastin or like spandex. It's the woolen cotton material that's very stretchy. Hopefully, it's the material that I am thinking of. But it has like some purple detail, and my boyfriend immediately he recognized it's like a Hawkeye leggings. It was like good catch. I didn't know that. I was just like, oh, it looks like a very nice, stretchy, comfortable pair of leggings, and I could use it to go for a walk. I could use it to go to the gym, but I did notice the purple details, and with the the arrow detail looks so much like Hawkeye symbol. Well, it's a plus. I also got this um white denim medium length pair of pants from Metallica's Australia. I haven't heard of this brand. Yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere. So it's 97% cotton, which is really good. I like the structure of this pant. I tried it on. It looked a bit too, too hugging. So it does make my legs look a little bit, you know, fluffy. The shape is not ideal in my opinion, but I like the feeling of wearing it. So if I wear it with like a longer shirt, And somehow, if I can like cover maybe this part of the paint with my shirt, my fluffy thighs wouldn't be too noticeable. It feels very comfortable, like it fits perfectly, but because I don't know, maybe because it's smaller here, but like flare out like this. And this is a pair of white denim pants, so it's gonna be very helpful to my collections. I feel like comparing black and white, I think white in a way is more versatile, maybe because of the color palette of my collections. I have more items to pair with white compared to black. So it's gonna be a staple. I know that because I've had a pair of jeans, a pair of white denim jeans from Zara, and I wore it all the time. I don't think this is an exception. And finally, a trench coat. I have been wanting a trench coat for winter for such a long time. You cannot imagine how long it has been since I dream of, that trench coat, Central Park, ball lives on the ground, walking through the street, New York vibe. Um, so I got this trench coat. It's from Esprit, so I mean, quite expensive if you buy it full price. It was made from this, I don't know how to describe to you what kind of material this is. Let's see, wasn't it? Oh, so yeah, so this is like a rough woolly material. It's 60% wool, 35% polyester, and 5% other fiber. So it has this very like thick and stabilized woolly outer layer to it. So I think it's gonna last very long. It looks a bit wrinkly, and I'm not sure what I should do now that I know it is made of wool. How can I make it look a bit straighter? Like it's not very long. I think it's medium length. It's knee length, I believe, but it looks a bit wrinkly. It feels like someone folded it and just kept it in a box up on the attic for a really long period of time. But if you look at like the back, it's very wrinkly, and the liner inside very wrinkly. But I think the quality is still there. I just have to make sure that I know the correct method to iron it or to make the fabric a bit straighter. I don't know. That's everything I bought today on my thrifting trip. I also went to Kmart to pick up an airy stations, basically a clothing rack that you can leave outside to dry your clothes under the sun. Do you know why you have to call it airing station? But I ended up pick up a normal clothing rack that you can, it look a bit, like smaller. The ones that I saw like they look a bit flimsy, the fold one. So I guess I purchased a cheaper option there. It's just a normal clothing rack that I feel like is cheap enough for me to leave it outside. Um, for some of my boyfriend shirts to be dry under the sun. And yeah, that's it. That's pretty much my entire week. I plan to do more, honestly, because today I thought I could drive to a drugstore somewhere on the way to the shop so that I can, browse the makeup sections, probably buying some more makeup to try. But I didn't do it because I didn't have enough time and it got dark quite early this time of year. So I didn't go browsing for makeup, also didn't go for any Vietnamese food. I'm just craving Vietnamese food right now, but then I thought I can order it delivered to my home, or I can buy takeaway. Like I can easily access it. But what is the way that makes me feel good for the longest term? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I eat out, the thing of eating out is that you have this instant gratifications of good food, but then you feel a little bit shitty afterward. Like, all of the seasoning, preservative, and the heaviness of food outside that you cannot control, and you feel a little bit bad for yourself. But if you go home and you cook, you can control what's going in the dish. It feels much better. You feel lighter, and you know that is a healthier, also a more affordable option. So I was like, knowing that going home, cooking something, even the easiest thing to cook, maybe some eggs and some beef with some rice, it would make me feel better about myself longer than that half an hour to an hour eating out. So I didn't go getting any Vietnamese food at all, but I don't know. I feel like I haven't eaten any Vietnamese food for a while. Like I'm genuinely, really want to get some Vietnamese food going on in my body, but that's okay. Now there's always a chance for me to try more Vietnamese food in Perth, and I will leave it next time. And after filming this, we're gonna go doing some dishes. We're gonna cook some dinner. I'm gonna have dinner, chilling out a little bit, and then go back to the room, packing the backpack for tomorrow's trip. And that's pretty much everything that I need to do for my week. I'm still a bit dreaded by flight tomorrow. Not because of the flight, because of the fact that I have to go to a very remote place to work for 8 days. But I think slowly I will develop better coping mechanisms. I think as of right now, the best thing is still coping with it. I don't have a solution for this mentality yet, but hopefully someday I will have one. But right now, I just want to take it easy. If I can make it as easy, as simple as possible, I would do it. In the meantime, I still need to do whatever I can to make my life in Perth the most realistically ideal versions of what I've dreamed of. Maybe that's the good way to put it. Yeah, but that's the balance that we all struggle to strike. I believe it's work on one side, your life on one side, and imagine I have to do it in a very separate way. Like there's a black and white line between work and life, and when I am at work, I couldn't do anything about my life. When I'm dealing with my life in Perth, I don't have to do my work, but then I have this period of time that I'm so scared of getting back to work. But I think I'm young. I still have a lot of time to figure it out, and it's okay. I just need to, for this night, every 14 days, think of what I can pack with me that feels like I have brought a little life in Perth with me to Sai, and just make it the best part of, staying at the camp. I started bringing my soft toys with me. I have a bunch of dinosaur soft toys, and I bring one of them with me because I like hugging them. So that's why I said, like, if I can bring anything in my life at the moment that feels the most enduring, the closest to my heart. Obviously, I wish I could bring my boyfriend with me. That would be really great. I really, really, really want him to be with me 24/7. But we adults, we cannot do that. We have a future to think of, and I need to do what I need to do to become that future versions of myself. But if I can do anything to make my life at the camp more comfortable, I would. And then I just have to endure throughout those 8 days that is coming tomorrow. I hope you enjoy this new concept of vlogging. I know I have not done a very good job of, trying to capture some of the more interesting moments of my life, because my life, to begin with, is quite boring and I do whatever I can. I don't party, I don't know how to have fun. I just want to live my life the way that I want to, and I try to be healthy with every decisions that I make. So it's probably not the most fun life that you have seen on the internet. But I hope you enjoy at least some parts of this video. Once again, I'm Claudia, and hopefully see each other again. Bye.